What's up, guys? So this is the weekly watch list going into next week. The what is the correct date? The 29th. So Monday the 29th. Okay. So first things first, take a look at the news real quick, see if there's major data coming out next week. Give my browser a second to load up. Okay. Go to the 29th. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Unemployment claims on Thursday. We've got FOMC next week. We've got employment cost index and non-farm ADP all on Wednesday. Tuesday, we've got CB consumer confidence, the JOLTS job openings. Wow. And then we got news Friday, pre-market unemployment rate, non-farm employment change. Wow, we've got a ton of news next week, so that's good to keep in mind. So we may be more on the side of day trading next week, at least into FOMC. So going over this, let's take a look at a few different things. So first, NASDAQ, you can see we are bouncing right at the 21 EMA on the weekly time frame. So it was just a simple reversion to the mean. So what happened was we zoom out. We had this right here, this run up, or sorry, this bear market we had from past. And then what we had was this nice run up into, we first reached this target of the 1272. And you can kind of see we hit that level and rejected and went back to the mean, reverted to the mean. Okay. And then we had another push with the weekly buy signal. And so there's the weekly buy signal that took us into the 100 extension and then eventually took us into the 1272, pulled back, pulled us back to the 21 EMA, maintain the uptrend, holding the trailing stop. And then from there, we traded sideways for a little bit and then got this buy signal here and had a nice push up into the 1618. Rejected right off there and sent us back to the 21 EMA. Okay, so now basically what we've seen prior past, each of these resistance levels have acted as the resistance that brings us back to the 21 EMA. So here and here. So now we can only think, okay, at this point, based on past data, looking at, okay, so here we had a run up, pull back, here, pull back, here, and now we are getting to the point where we're pulling back to the 21. Now, what our initial thoughts are, okay, we're probably going to hold. So based on the past data. Now, I know the selling pressure has been crazy. We had the biggest down day since 2022, but we have to go based on the trend, right? So the trend is not done yet. It's not over yet. A good first sign, not necessarily good, but the first sign that we would be heading lower is a break of the trailing stop. So you could see we had a fake out on this one, but that was on the back of a monthly squeeze. So we can't put too much weight on that. That pullback there was where it broke the trailing stop, and that's what ended up doing that. So don't put too much weight on that. We look at the weekly time frame here. Once the monthly squeeze kind of ran its course and ran out of energy, then we broke the trailing stop on the weekly and had a move down. So now what if we want to look for more of a serious pullback, potentially back to the monthly mean, which would be back down towards this previous high here in this 100 extension, which would be almost 4,000 points, no, 3,000 points lower, then we would need to see a break of that weekly trailing stop as the first go ahead that we may do that. Okay. Now, You can see the momentum is starting to shift on the weekly time frame. We go to the daily. That kind of was kicked off, broke the trailing stop, and then flush, 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 right? That typically happens. You can see here, broke the trailing stop, flush, flush, flush. And each time we do that, we kind of get a little bit of a flush to the downside. And then whether we recover or not kind of depends on if the weekly time frame is going to hold. So very roundabout way to say that right now we treat this as a normal pullback to the weekly 21 EMA, but that can definitely continue. We could start creating a series of lower highs and lower lows, but I think the next few weeks will be very determinant of that, because I think the next time we go to retest the 21 EMA, we need to see, okay, are we going to break back above the trailing stop and then continue higher? Or is this going to create a new downtrend, which will almost certainly break the trailing stop on the weekly time frame? So that's all of that we need to pay attention to. And then pretty similar story on ES. We've only pulled back to the 8 EMA on the weekly time frame, or 9 EMA, sorry. And the trailing stop and the 21 EMA match up right here at this level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up going and testing that for ES, which would bring us about 150 points lower. But right now we're holding that support. And then I think if we break this support, we got one more, but really, or a couple more, but this seems to be a pretty important area down here as well. We go to the weekly time or monthly time frame. We still got gas in the tank here, but it usually lasts 6 to 10 bars. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in. So this could be the end of the run. I mean, it would be kind of a short-lived one, as you can see. Well, the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that lasted 9 months after COVID. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we didn't even really get much of a pullback. So that was 12. So this would be a pretty short-lived one for us to revert back to the 21. So, but anything is possible. The first things we want to pay attention to is, how is the retest of the 21 EMA going to act next time we get there on the daily time frame? That's the key thing we want to watch and pay attention to, and then we'll go from there. Like this one here, we made a low, but then we came back and tested the 21, got a push down, but we could not make a lower low. So we have to pay attention to that. And then we broke the trailing stop, we got a buy signal, and then we got to move up, and then resume as normal, buy signal on the move up. So yeah. Okay, now let's talk about the major sectors of the market and where the strength is and what we want to be looking for. Okay, so I don't know about you, but something in here really stands out to me going into this week. So let me know if you spot it. I'll give you a second. But here you go. IWM. KRE is at the top of the list. This is the most heavily weighted sector in IWM, and it has the highest relative strength right now in any sector of the market out of any of these listed here. Not only that, but IWM, you take a look at this, this is ranked third on the list, and it has a monthly buy signal, weekly buy signal, 2-hour buy signal, 1-hour buy signal, 30-minute buy signal, and a 15-minute buy signal. Okay, let's just check that chart out real quick. This will be top priority going into this week. So you can see here, we've already got this flag going, right? Let's throw on our levels real quick. I think we can rock with these right here. So if we're going down to lower time frames, you can see we rejected off the 786 level right here. I'm expecting we held the 9 EMA after this nice run up, so we've got a little bit of a flag going. We go to 15-minute, we got buy signals right into the close. Perfect. 30-minute buy signal into the close. 1 hour buy signals into the close. 2 hour A plus buy signals into the close. We've got a weekly buy signal and a monthly buy signal, and this will close today. So I'm thinking IWM is destined for new highs here. Okay. I think not only that, but there's potential we can go visit this 1272 extension. But in the immediate future, I'm looking for a pop next week in IWM, and that's going to be top priority. And I'm looking to play this and get long, whether it's futures, whether it is the IWM options. I'm probably going to do both. So keeping an eye on this 100%. This is the best looking thing out there right now. What is second to that is XLP. Okay, so we've got buy signals on the monthly, weekly, daily, and 4 hour. Okay, all of those are lining up with buy signals. I think this is a excellent looking sector here, and I'm going to want to play this long. I'm looking for the break of this level here, which has been a key resistance level. And then ultimately, I'm looking for us to take out this high and head into roughly 180. So if we zoom out like that there, go to the weekly, and yeah. So what I'm looking for initially is my first target is going to be this 1272 of this move right here, which needs to be adjusted slightly. There we go. And there we go. And I'm looking for a break of that level there. And ultimately, I think we're going to head into that $80 price level area. But I'm looking for a move into that 1272 first. And then from there, seeing if we can get a continuation off of this monthly squeeze as well. I think XLP is ready for a pretty nice breakout to the upside, and much higher than just this, or at least to this high right here. Okay. So we are currently in this September contracts, looking for the weekly time frame, which is an A plus. And then we've got daily and 4 hour buy signals. I believe 4 hour may even be A plus. Yep, the 4 hours A plus as well. So we're holding this support right here, and I'm looking for a continuation on that one as well. Another one that I'm looking at and interested in is home builders. So only problem with this is that we didn't buy it sooner. I had it on my watch list this morning and it had a huge gap up and we kind of missed that one. So a little bit unfortunate on that, but this is a excellent looking chart and I'm looking for a spot to potentially buy it. This 15-minute squeeze may be the way to do it this week. So I'm going to keep an eye on this going into tomorrow morning or Monday morning and look to potentially play this to the upside and look for continuation to the upside. I really like the way this flag is setting up on, and then also it has fired the 2 hour squeeze. So I am liking this for continuation to the upside, and I think we can use the 15-minute squeeze to enter into that and play it to the upside. So those are the main things that I'm watching. Another sector that has a lot less interest to me, but is setting up, is we've got a weekly squeeze buy signal and 4 hour buy signal on XBI. And I think that we could get a continuation to the upside on this one as well. You can see it's been flagging for quite a bit of time. So I think we should, yep, we got a 30-minute squeeze. we've got 15-minute squeeze. Yeah, so this one could be something we look at on Monday morning as well. So those are all the tickers that I'm looking at going into next week. One other one that's pretty interesting to me is Netflix. Netflix. This has been having some short signals for a while. Yeah, you can see we've been getting short signals all since after its earnings report, and every pop is being sold. So I'm thinking that we could potentially see pretty nice drop in this thing. You can see here the momentum is pretty strong to the downside, or at least the structure to the downside is pretty strong. So I am looking to see about shorting this one into next week because I think it looks pretty good. And we can take a second to look at some levels here. Let's go to monthly. Yeah, we're right at that, trying to get to that 700 mark. It's not having an easy time. Go to weekly. I think we could see a drop down into the support right here. So about $13 lower, $14 lower into about 620. So we've got sell signals on the 4-hour, we've got them on the 2-hour, we've got them on we've had them on the 1-hour, and 30-minute looks like it's fired off to the downside. So I think this is a good potential stock to trade to the downside next week if tech is showing weakness, and then we just trade the indexes day to day. But like I said, top things I'm watching next week, definitely IWM, definitely XLP, and XBI, which is biotech, and then home builders. So those are all the things I'm watching into next week. I hope this helps. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.